Hello and welcome back to the love reading part 2. I will try to make this quick because maybe the energies were a little heavy and spirit shut it down. So I'll just make this quick. I had laid this down, and for your love reading I opened this box for the first time. It's the Everyday Witch Tarot. Let me see, I'll put it up in the screen. And this is a cute little deck. I love the colors. If anybody likes purple, and it's sort of iridescent. And today is a bit of a overcast, cloudy day. And I'm wishing you all the best today and always. And we had the green, I believe this was the charm for today over your reading. So I'll just make this quick since for some reason the reading was shut down twice from my equipment, no other outside things. So basically the cute thing is this particular deck comes with a small little pamphlet. So we'll see what kind of reading comes from there. And what I was saying is in your recent past, the first set of cards is your Two of Wands, which basically talks about contemplating over two decisions. It could be work-life balance. Basically, that would be a decision to be made. Either you're looking at places to live versus school for young students, or maybe you're having a long-distance relationship and you're thinking about moving. And that could be even with your family members. I have a lot of family members that I live far from, and a lot of times the discussion comes up that I should move towards them, and because a lot of times I feel like the quality of life is very expensive where I live. So maybe there's a lot of things to consider about moving towards where they are, and the people that are important to me here versus the people that are important to me there. And again, these decisions, and people, when you have relatives that are making these decisions, be easy on them, because if they need to move away, it doesn't mean that you're the less important person and they move towards the more important people. That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is the decision weighs heavily on what they can afford. Okay, because if you're not paying their bills, you might not understand the motive. A lot of times it has to deal with practical reasons. So if there is no way for them to pay their bills here, or, just basically to live, because if you have no security, you have to go where the security is. If they feel more secure in another state, in another way, if somebody is saying, hey, come live with me, I'll help you get back on your feet again, and that's actually more, how would you say, that would be something a little bit more, I can't say attractive, because that would be more of a lure, right? That's not that you would be suspicious of, because then you have the Eight of Wands covering this, because basically what you want to help this person do is to get, I always say, get out of your own way, because the Eight of Swords means self-imprisonment. You don't want them to get into this mindset, well, I can't do anything, and so basically they're not making a decision at all, which in itself is a decision. So do you want this person for years and years and years to be spiraling into nothingness? Of course, things don't, life happens in an instant, but you don't want them to make a snap decision, but you don't want them just sitting in this zone of not doing anything and their bills are piling up. Those things aren't going away unless they do something about it. Their decision needs action. And how do I know that? This is the Two of Wands. Okay, maybe they have 2 cats. If you know a person like this, help them along. There's a little gecko. Maybe look up what does the spirit animal, a gecko or a lizard, mean. Maybe the number 2 is important. They have 2 of something, or they have 2 choices. Okay? People, places, and things. So I won't go too far on that because maybe there's limited room. All right, now the good news is we have another swords card, Ten of Swords in reverse. So this is definitely a card you want to see in reverse because it basically means these swords, the pressure is lessening, right? So there's still pressure because Ten of Swords is a heavy energy, but in the present moment, the person feels that they're still under pressure maybe to make this decision. So they're still thinking about it, they're still contemplating. Now let's look at this upright. The good news is there's two crows in the picture. People oftentimes get scared about crows too, but two are actually, if you look that up, two crows are a symbol of good luck. Especially that there are, and the reason why I know is because I have a crow couple that lives in my area, and I looked it up because I got scared. I saw them flying around outside, and first I saw the one, and I was thinking, uh-oh, and I'm very nature-based. I look up a lot of shamanism information, and I love to draw shamanistic artwork, and I really think it's beautiful. If you ever want to, if you're so inclined, look it up yourself, and it's just amazing. A lot of times they combined, it's based on Native American folklore of combining human energies with animal energies, and they combine pictures of human and animals together. I used to do drawings like that. So anyway, going back to this, so the two crows, could mean that changes are coming. There's a black cat here, and that's her familiar. So sometimes people who own cats have a special connection a lot of times with the cat, because a lot of times cats bond with the whole family. People don't realize this. They say, oh, I don't like cats, I had a bad experience with cat. The secret to having a cat is you leave it alone. Remember, dogs have teeth too, but with cats, people miss the behaviors. I study behavior for a living. I always have. I always wanted to be behaviorist, and somehow I finally landed into that vocation. And I work with young children and young adults, and I also work with animals, ironically. And I've done that pretty much all my life. So basically, you would look at this. There's a person running away. Okay, so that means maybe somebody stabbed this person in the back. All right, she's reaching for her broom. Well, we don't have to gender size, is that a word? We don't have to put a gender on the person. This could be a man or a woman. Reaching for the broom. And it looks like the cat scared away the person, because the cat is obviously this person's familiar. And basically what a familiar is similar to a spirit animal. Okay, so cats bond with one person. For example, if I'm in my room, even if my kids come in my room and my cat knows that I want to rest, she will not let my kids near me. It's not because she's nasty or she's mean, is she's trying to tell them, leave mommy alone. Of course, I tell her, no, it's okay, let them in, and she'll calm down. I have a bond that I can help her calm down because she's trying to read my energy. She was thinking, okay, mommy's resting, I gotta protect her, but I'm letting her know that's not her job. Okay? So here, the person is in a very bad way, obviously. So she's like telling this person, get away. Okay? So, who knows? Maybe this person went to get help, but of course, indicated by the red cape, we're not sure if this is friend or foe, and most likely foe if we feel like the first thought I had was the person probably stabbed this person in the back. But now, turn this upside down, you can't really see the feet of the person, and it just looks like maybe like a blanket flowing in the wind, or maybe somebody needs to do some laundry or something like that, But again, you can still see the two crows, you still see the cat, You still see the broom. So maybe it could even be a simple thing like the person is overwhelmed by their chores and just too many things going on. My suggestion is pack up as if you're going to move. Just pack it all up. Pack it all up. If you have a lot of clutter around the house, pack it up and start all over. Make like you're moving. Pack it up. I have 3 children in the house, and my only thing is I feel like I'm fighting the tide. So what do? I get bins. And one of my cousin's wives, my cousin-in-law, thank you, cousin-in-law, she gave me that idea. Just order some plastic bins. Not anything overwhelming. 2 or 3. 2 or 3 plastic bins from your favorite all-purpose store, whatever that may be. And, I say 2 or 3 because if it's 2 or 3 rooms, 1 per room, okay? And just pack it up. It could be clothes, it could be things, trinkets, whatever it is. Books. Pack them up. As you're packing, sort out what you would like to keep, what you would like to give away, and what you would like to sell. And do yourself a favor and do exactly that. Whatever you'd like to sell, put them in bags. Either it be plastic bag or those bags that you bought from the store that you're never going to use again. Especially those, because those are the ones that if you're selling something, you're going to have a nice bag to give out with the books or the clothes or whatever that is. Okay? So that's my strategy. You put something in something that if they're the keepers, you put those in the bin because you're going to keep the bin. If it's something that's disposable or to give away or to sell, you put those in, not the giveaway, you put in the paper bag, and the sell, you put in the nice bag, because as you're selling, the nice bag is sort of like a gift. Here you go. You're not using that bag anyway. You're not hoarding. Okay? Let's clean up our spaces. All right, that's my little tip on that. But going back to this situation for love, maybe, again, with this choice, should I stay, should I go? And now the energy, that pressure is causing a 7 of Swords energy, which means either you feel somebody lied to you, or you're lying to somebody. And again, I felt in the other reading that got cut off was when you ask somebody's opinion, maybe they were harping on it, and then you feel inclined to not talk about it anymore or not talk about your decision. Don't clam up. That only creates more problems, because how do I notice? The next thing is the 9 of Swords. This is the anxiety card, everybody. But it's in reverse, so that means it's lessening. But maybe if you still talk about it, you could ask for your space. Just say, okay, look, thank you for your input. I truly appreciate your time and wanting to talk about it. But this is what I'm thinking about right now. I don't want this to cause me too much stress and anxiety. I made a list of the things I want to do based on what we talked about. And I just need a little time to weigh it out now. And, please respect that. And hopefully the person will back off. Okay? There's no sense of sneaking around. Just thank the person, with love and light. Of course, if they feel like that kind of talk is hokey pokey or a little crazy, speak in the manner of which they're used to you speaking. I don't want them thinking that, you went off the deep end or something because of your stress. Now, your outcome is Page of Coins. This is good news, because what this means is that there is stability and or a more stable, there's either a stable relationship or a situation and or both coming your way. Page of Coins. Coins are the earth signs. That is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Now, the Page of Coins can be male or female, usually younger. Now, sometimes this could pertain to students, or when I say somebody younger, it doesn't mean that you'll be with a younger person. Or that could be quite possible, especially if you're in your 20s, let's say. And the pages could, sometimes they say people with blonde hair, but for some reason, they'll say people with blonde hair, but then they're showing a shorter person, like on or next to a horse with dark hair. So a lot of times, earth signs are kind of stocky or well built or very sports inclined people. They don't have to be shape sporty, but they're usually very solid, and they're also very solid minded, and they're also usually, not all the time, but usually good with finances. And I would say also good with decision making when it comes to stability, like marketing, finance. I said finance, but like meaning like accounting, like that kind of. And if you know anybody born in like the years of the rooster, that's like a Virgo energy. Years of the ox, that's also a Taurus energy. I don't know the years offhand, but I know rooster is 69, I believe 80 or 81. You would have to look that one up. And I'm trying to think, what would the other one be? Virgo. You might have to look up Virgo. I'm not sure if that's the rat. But yes, so overall, look up these. I love to do the East meets West, because a lot of times that'll give you some insight to the personality. Because let's say, like for myself, people say, "Oh, you're a Gemini. I don't like Geminis. They're two-faced." You know, yes, people do have the nerve to say that to me. And I look at them and say, that's kind of odd. Why would you even say something so mean? And, but people do say what's on their mind to me. And then they become surprised when I do the same to them. So, I do speak my mind. But a lot of times I was raised to be more insightful and think before I speak. But when people are mean to me, come on, Gemini is a swords card, and I am an older woman now, so yes, Queen of Swords comes out quite often. However, there's also a class and dignity that comes with the Queen of Swords. You have to earn that. But there was a time when there was a Knight of Swords in there that would, be more inclined to argue. And I was not too argumentative, because the one sign that's not going to argue, it's mutable signs that don't like to argue. Okay, so that's Gemini, Virgo. Actually, Libras don't really argue either, but a lot of lawyers are Librans. Librans, I know, even though they're air signs, they're more inclined to kind of disappear. They're not going to argue, but they'll ghost. So be careful. And Pisces will disappear too. So Pisces are your mutable sign. So the nice thing about Gemini is it's not so much being, they get the bad reputation of being fickle. What I contribute my solidness to is I was raised by a Scorpio mom. Thank you, Mom. She was a Halloween mom. And, I just shuffled. Why did I just shuffle? Here we go. Okay, let me keep this card out. And I'm going to keep this card out. All right. That happened for a reason. I had the impulse to shuffle. And your bottom of the deck energy, I'll keep out. Okay. So I was just saying, I was raised by a Scorpio, but I have a Cancer moon and a Leo rising. So yes, as you can tell, if somebody is trying to buckle down and argue with me, that's going to be a problem, because not only do I have the Queen of Swords, but I also have the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So I have almost all the elements all within my grasp. And I have mostly Cancer sign, so I'm very not only intuitive, but I'm very protective. You can say what you want to me. I'm fine. But leave Leave my home environment, my kids, my family, my friends, leave all that alone. That's, that you'll get the wrong side of me. So, and I always say that, and people, I don't know why, they try to, oh, you say you're like this, you're like that, and then they try to challenge all of that. I don't know why. People are funny. But, moving ahead, the bottom of the deck energy. The reason why I was saying that you were contemplating and maybe referring to family, maybe a friend who kind of set you in a funk and, you had that anxiety, maybe you were looking to move near family. And I know this is a love reading because you got the Six of Cups in reverse. This is usually people that you know from childhood. So maybe, let's say you're on social media, somebody reached out to you, and, hey, I hear you're having a hard time. Maybe you posted something, okay? Or somebody from your past reach out to you. And like I said, it could be a family member. I hear you're having a hard time. Why don't you come move by me? I'll help you out. But all that glitters isn't gold. Why? Remember I said I had the impulse to shuffle? Be careful with your decision, everybody. I have the Nine of Wands. Okay, so now the energy of remember I said that energy was turning? The thing is, now that you're putting your action into motion, or those thoughts into motion, Nine of Wands, so now you're feeling the pressure, and that Nine of Swords energy is becoming real anxiety. You're still anxious. Now you feel overwhelmed. But look at this. The Devil. Somehow you feel like you played into the devil's hands. And that might feed into that Seven of Swords energy. So be careful with the decision that you make, because that decision can make you feel more entrapped than ever. If you remember the Rider-Waite card, if you ever look it up, you could look it up online. Look up Rider-Waite Devil card. And just be aware that a lot of the old art has like naked people and stuff. And that's why I'm trying to get away from all of that. But now, again, you see the cats, they're trying to, they're trying to see what's happening here. They don't like this. And again, a lot of times when people are around you, check your pet's reactions to those people. A dog is kind of hard, but your cat is a little bit more telling. If your cat bites and scratches somebody, if the person is, if it's a child that won't leave it alone, that's one thing. But if it's an adult and, there's like something a little off with the interaction, pay attention to that, okay? Because there's some people, oh yeah, I don't mind, and then they, keep sideways glancing the cat or whatever, because like I said, people a lot of times just don't know how to interact with cats. That's one thing. But if your cat's not aggressive and then suddenly is, that's a sign right there. I trust the reactions of animals. Don't forget, they see, hear, and smell things more than we do, okay? Trust that. Trust that instinct. So what I want to read for you is that Devil card and the Page card through here. I don't have to read every single card. So let's give you the Page of Pentacles first. Okay, that came up in the upright position, and that's in your further future. A youthful figure looking intently at the pentacle that hovers over his raised hands. It means application, study, scholarship, reflection. Another reading says news, messages, and the bringer thereof. Also, rule management. So that could even be you if you're an earth sign. So basically, you're going to hear some good news about which direction to go in. But again, be careful of that choice, especially if it's from somebody from your past. If it's a past lover, definitely think twice. Because sometimes, I just heard a good piece of advice. especially if you broke up on terms that were, it doesn't have to be negative, but if you feel that you had changed and you are much different now than the time that you left them, don't forget they are coming back with the energy thinking that you are that person that they were with before. Okay? And they call that a glow up. So if you feel that you are different and they think you're the same, that may become an issue. I would say before you move in with anybody, remember I said before you move to anywhere, make sure, maybe I said that in a reading that got cut off. All I was saying, just in case, is to make sure wherever you go that your degree is good in that state, because that happened with me when I moved to the new state. I moved from one state to the other, right across the bridge, and my degree is no good in the state that I moved to. Can you believe that? They wanted me to get a second degree for the same job I could do in in the state that I lived in prior. So, do your homework. I didn't realize that there was such a difference, because it's called the tri-state area. So I really thought that it would be treated the same, and it's not. It's not about becoming certified. It was a degree, okay? It's common sense. If you're certified, you know you have to be certified in a particular state. That's a no-brainer. But when you have a degree and you go somewhere else, they say your degree is no good here. That's a problem. Because you just went to like 4 to 8 years of school to hear that, sorry. Or you're overqualified because of the name of your school, but they still don't want your degree. That doesn't mean, it's craziness. I mean, I was stuck for years. I was commuting because I worked. My solution was I still worked in the state that I was qualified to work in. But that ruined a lot of my situation because I didn't get to know the state that I live in. I lost a lot of time because I spent 4 hours a day commuting. 2 hours to work, 2 hours home. And I was going to school and working and taking care of family members in my original state. So try not to split yourself in these ways, because what happens, you cannot have an ideal personal relationship. I missed a lot of red flags. All those years, I thought I had a wonderful relationship. I missed a ton of red flags. I didn't get to know the person that I was with. But if I stayed in the state that I was in, I still wouldn't have gotten to know the person that I was with. See, that's a problem. Somebody might have to move, but you have to find a practical solution, but don't jump, because then you might end up with this. And look, when I pick this card up, look what happens. The Tower. So this is what's going to happen. If you stay in that energy of not making a move, or making a move without planning or thinking about it, or if it's too abrupt and you just like move in and say, okay, I'll just move in with you. If you do that, if it's too hasty or not at all, the universe is going to make that decision for you. Okay? So let's see. How do we get out of this energy? Let me do an oracle. All my oracles fell down on that side. So I was talking about shamanism. I have my shaman cards on the other side. Shaman to the rescue. How does the collective get out of this energy of the decision making? Oh, wow. I didn't even get to finish asking the question. Oh, my goodness. What is this? Oh, this is beautiful. Humpback whale singer. Let me get my finger out of the way. Okay, I'll hold this further back so that you could take a screenshot. Ready? 3, 2, and 1. Thank you. I'll read this card to you. Sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. And again, I love the artwork. If you want to take a screenshot of that, here's the artwork for these cards. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So that was beautiful, guys. And I didn't forget to read the, I'm going to read the devil card for you. Oh, this is wonderful. Oops. Why is she popping out of my hands? 3, 2, and 1. Take your screenshot. Okay. White Stag, Protector. Now, it originally came out in reverse, so there's something blocking your energy. Maybe get some sleep. Maybe you don't feel good right now. So that definitely means it's time to heal. Don't make a hasty decision. There's no reason to. Maybe just take the time. If you're thinking on moving, just start packing. If you feel like it's time to clean, start